Welcome back, Nail Queens. I recently did a video talking about my favorite, or well, what I think are the best Christmas dip powders out there. And if you watched that video, then you saw this trio by Kimberz Kreations. It's called Home for the Holidays, and it's completely stolen my heart. So I'm going to start off today's manicure with jelly tips on my nails, but I also have on Mani Boss Peel Base. I stopped using it for a while, but I'm going back to it because I realized that for me personally, Mani Boss works really well on top of jelly tips. So I applied 2 layers of peel base onto my nails, and then here are the 3 dip powders that I was talking about in the beginning. They're Kimberz Kreations Home for the Holidays trio. I really love what she did here with the darker colors, the darker greens. She included some tan in there. I just think it came together really, really well. And I'm also out of shot for this very first layer of dip. I'm so sorry for that, but I promise I fix it on all of the other clips. Usually when I do my thumb, I make my thumb and my pinky match and make them the same color, but I decided this time I wanted a little more flair on my nails, so I'm making my thumb the color Traditions, which is the finer glitter in this trio. I really love this color. It's absolutely stunning. I know that you can buy the colors individually, so if you don't want the berry color, which why wouldn't you? It's freaking gorgeous and pigmented. But if you only want like the finer glitter, or only want the chunky glitter, maybe you don't work with chunky glitters, you can pick and choose which of the 3 colors you want to add to your cart, or you can buy all 3 as a trio, and they're a little bit cheaper than buying all 3 individually. There's a very good reason why I included this trio as the very first colors that I posted in my favorite / best holiday dip powders. It's truly like a gorgeous trio, so I just dusted everything off so you can see what it truly looks like, and look at that glitter. That is 1 dip of glitter, and it is full coverage. I mean, I could get around my cuticle sides a little bit better, like the sidewalls. There's like a little tiny little seam that needs some glitter, but truly, I could get away with 1 dip if I truly wanted to, but I'm going to be a little extra and go in with a second dip, and don't worry, I'm going to clear encapsulate every single nail, so when I file, shape, and buff, these are going to be very protected and it's not going to tarnish the color. So I'm about to work on the chunky glitter, and for chunky glitters, I traditionally do 2 dips because the technique that I have been doing lately is pour over on the first dip, and the reason for that is because on the pour over it catches most of the smaller pieces of glitter, and then on the second dip I lay flat on top of chunky pieces. So there's a couple pieces that are chunky that caught on the pour, so I'm just going to move those away from the cuticle area so it looks good and it's not on my skin. I don't have to file it off later. It makes it a lot easier. If you notice any chunky glitters that are like touching your skin, move them before your base bond dries. And then on my second layer, I'm going to lay flat onto the glitter so it mostly picks up the chunky pieces. So when you're working with chunky glitters, if the brand did a really good job in making the mix, they're going to work with finer glitters, which are kind of like filler glitters, and they're going to have a good ratio of fine to medium to chunky, and this makes a gorgeous mixture. So that way, when you're laying in your chunkies, it's not completely see-through, you're not seeing through to your nails. There's enough filler glitter, smaller glitter in the background, completely covering your nails. So right now I'm just using my precision tool that I usually use around my cuticles, and I'm moving around glitter pieces because my base bond is still wet. And now I'm applying a little bit more base bond onto the nail and picking up individual pieces of glitter, the chunkier pieces, to fill in any areas that I think might be like little holes, like it looks like there's gaps of chunky pieces, because I want it to be like full of chunky glitters, but you can still see the filler glitters in the background. So now it's time to clear encapsulate all of my nails. I'm going to go in with clear dip powder on all of them. I'm using the Kimberz Kreations clear dip powder in this manicure so you guys can see how gorgeous and clear it is. Okay, so I am going to dust everything off, file, shape, and buff, and ta-da, like magic, everything's activated, filed, shape, and buff. You can kind of see in the cuticle line area where there's like little scratches from my hand file. Usually I only hand file if a dip powder is not working in my favor or it's just too chunky, then I'll whip out my e-file and use that to help me along with the really bringing bulk down, but I prefer hand filing. What about you guys? Do you prefer to hand file or use an e-file? So I just used rubbing alcohol and I cleansed my nail plate, and now I'm applying more activator to the entire nail to fully harden anything that might not be hardened. I don't want my dip powder cracking or anything. And then I'm going to let that air dry, wipe it off with rubbing alcohol one more time, and apply my top coat. And the reason I do all those extra steps is because I'm using the Triple D dip powder liquids. I really enjoy dip top coat ever since I developed my little allergy, not little, annoying allergy to a lot of gel products. I have just chosen not to overexpose my body to gel if I don't need to. I know I'm wearing jelly tips right now, but if I don't have to use a gel top coat, I'm just not going to use it. There's no reason for me to expose my body to things I don't need to expose it to. It was really cool. I know I'm like, don't expose your body to gel, as I've been wearing builder gel for so long. I've never had a reaction to builder gel. It's incredible. I don't know what it is about the ingredients in builder gel. And the Kimberz Kreations builder gel, all of her formulas I've used so far have been my absolute favorite. That is my top tier favorite builder gel so far. The other day I was like putting on jelly tips and I tried two different brands builder gel to apply it. It was so frustrating. I tried it 2 different times, took it off. Third time I used Kimberz Kreations builder gel and it went on flawlessly. I'm like, why did I even bother trying a different brand? I know what works perfect. So here is the finished manicure. I absolutely love this collection, this trio. I hope you guys love it too. As of me recording this, it is still available on her website. I hope she doesn't retire it for the holiday season after it's done. I think it's a staple. It just needs to stick around forever. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe if you're new here. I would love to have you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Thank you.